Okay, there we go. I think now we should have, you know, my voice. Hopefully, at least. Oh. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Haha. Was good, everyone. Was good, was good, was good. Okay. We are back, boys. Finally streaming JSR Tier 2 again. It's been like 3 weeks, maybe 4. I don't know. But we're here. And we're ready. I'm excited. We see Mr. Rally Ralph, the man that I introduced to JSR. No problem, guys, no problem. Being the first driver to do a lap. We see Mad Max on Inters, which is not very uncommon if you're gonna be saving another softs for the race. Which is usually the smart thing to do, knowing Silverstone. The hards just don't work. We saw a few mistakes of people trying hards in the race in Tier 1. And clearly that was a mistake. So now we will be looking at Rally Ralph's Ferrari as he crosses the final corner onto the straight, and off we go for the first lap of the weekend. Ralph through turn 1. Gotta keep it as close to the curbs as possible. Running wide can cost you a few hundredth. He seems to be taking the chicane quite decently. Ralph looks to be on a quite decent lap yet. Or already. What should I say? I don't know the English word. He actually avoids the bumps. I didn't expect many Tier 2 drivers to know about this, but Ralph already seems to do. Second gear through there. He might be using manual gears. I don't think anyone can do that corner in second gear. But now, up towards Corpse. Is he taking it full throttle? He does lift a little bit. Keeping it safe for his banker lap. Through Maggots and Beckett's then. Try to carry as much speed through the final S. He doesn't quite succeed. He might get a little bit of a slipstream of the V-carb though. Will he make use of it? No, he won't. As now through the long right hand, there's such a beautiful corner, especially if you nail it. Through the final few corners then. Want to brake right around there. That seemed good. Ooh, he runs wide and that's an invalidation. So we will be looking at Kieran May as he crosses the final corner. Where is Kieran going to go? It's a 27.3, good enough for pole position. Will it stay that way though? There is a Haas. That is Jens. Where is he going to go? Rounding the final corner. He is gonna take P2. Xavi invalidates. There goes. Oh, I missed him. Damon goes pole with a very decent lap. 26.9. McLaren, no. Williams, Mad Max on his Inters run. What can he do? Not very surprising. P4 with a 30.5. On to Max. Where is he gonna go? Rounding the final corner, he goes P2 with a 27.3. I'm officially hearing an XR8 winner commentate. Wow. I'm so happy to hear that. Finally won a race for XR8. And Ruffy's, surprisingly, does not go pole. Many people predict that Ruffy's will get his 4th consecutive win in Tier 2. But he doesn't put it on pole. Which in my opinion is decently surprising. Richie invalidates. Well, nothing surprising about that. Well, as we might say. Mats Racer up next. Through the final few corners. Cuts not quite enough of that curb as you might want to. He almost loses the rear end. And that is going to cost him a lot of time. That's only P6 with a 28.4. Chris Games up next. Running the final corner. He goes P6 for 27.7. Up next, Sherco, who had a very decent Portugal race. He has decent pace, and he looks like he took that final few corners very decently. Sherko puts it on pole with a 26.7. Very good lap time. I think that was even my banker lap in JSR. Kind of surprising. Tweaky Scorpion up towards the line. Only 9th at 29.4. Up next, Capri-Sun. We know what he can do. He goes P4 just behind his teammate. And surprisingly, we see a Red Bull 3-4, not a 1-2. Is Richie on a lap? Yes, he is. He takes a lot of that curb, and that instantly costs him a couple of tenths at least. Richie up towards the line. It's almost... Oh no, it is top 10. My bad. It is top 10. Poker Park up next. He goes P9. Very decent, definitely what Poker Park needs after his rough start of the season. Mid-commentator, wow, okay. Up next is an Alpine. Is that Chris Gamer? Yes, he is. So he's not on a lap. I think that was everyone, if I am not mistaken. Everyone for now, that is. Let me quickly close my door before people might hear stuff in the background. Let's have a look then. Who are on a lap? Kieran May's on an out lap. I think the Williams of, I believe, Alta is first. Bit wide through the second part of that chicane, or can you really call it a chicane? I don't think you can. Sticks in the bumps. Usually you don't want to do that around here, but Alta does decide to. A 28.5, I think it was. I'm not quite sure if that's good. The map says purple sector 1. I find that hard to believe, knowing how he did in turn, I think 4, that is. 1, 2, 3, yeah, turn 4. Or turn 3. I have no idea. Me, manual, never? Damn, Ralph, bro. You need to be, man. Gains you at least 5 times manual gears. Whoa, Alta goes very wide. That is going to cost him a lot of time. Not only through Mackett's and Beckett's itself, but also up towards this straight right here. Carrying too little straight line speed. Alta into the final few corners. Where is he gonna go? He does take... Ooh, he goes very wide. This might be an invalidation. No, it's not invalidated. But Alta with a 29.0 goes P11. As now... No, he is on an outlap. Xavi, no, he is on an outlap. Clutch Reels, he's invalidated. Unfortunately. Is that Kieran on an actual lap? It is Kieran on an actual lap, and he is improving. Kieran, the championship leader after the bingo race, where he actually got a bingo, you know, gaining him a lot of points. He's now 3/10 under his time. Kieran May looking very decent here. Where is he gonna go? Can he keep it straight through the final few corners? Yes, he can. He took them beautifully. Where is Kieran gonna go? It is going to be P2 with a 26.8, and that's a very decent lap for Kieran May. Up next then is a Red Bull, I believe. No, they're on an out lap. Jens? Possibly. Yes, it is Jens. Bit of traffic there, I must say. Ryan loves a good old bingo. I absolutely do. The JSR Tier 1, beautiful bingo from me. Anyway, we're spectating Jens. He's looking to have a decent bit of pace. Where is he gonna go? He cuts enough of the... Well, that's not really the penultimate corner. Second to last corner. Or third, actually. Jens improves his lap. And position, actually. I should say that. Was that an improvement by... No. Who's on a lap? Who's on a lap? Let's have a look. Mad Max is on a lap. 2.5 seconds under his time. Of course, his first lap was on Inters. Where is Mad Max gonna be able to put his Williams through the final corner? It's looking good. It's looking like it's pole position for Mad Max. That's a 26.6 and a very good lap for the rookie in his debut season in JSR. Absolutely beautiful. This is... Yeah, I know, Rob. I know. Don't worry. I could tell by the messages you sent. Damon up next. He is under his time. Would it actually gain him a position, though? That's the question. As long as he can get some time here through the final corner. Where's Damon gonna go? It's going to be an improvement, but not for position like I predicted. Ralph up next. Where is he gonna go? He has a lot of ERS to spare, and Ralph goes P9 with a 27.5. Up next, the Red Bull of Roughies, but he decides to pit. Xavi is not improving. Jens is done. Capri-Sun is invalidated. Whoa, Mats is on a very decent run here. Ooh, a bit of oversteer through the right-hander though. Through the final few corners, he actually took that very well. He runs a bit wide, has a bit of an oversteer. A snap of oversteer, but yeah, it is an improvement. He goes ahead of his teammate. But that teammate of his is also still improving. Where is Pokepark gonna go? He goes back ahead of his teammate. It's a bit of a teammate rivalry we are seeing. Clutch Reels is starting his lap. Tell EAFC 25 to give me a team of the year. Hell no. Capri-Sun on a lap actually. Let's just watch along with the Red Bull driver. We know what this man can do. Oh shit, that is not switch cameras. This is switch cameras. Capri-Sun through corpse. He looks like he took it full throttle, which is exactly what you need. Through Mackett's and Beckett's then. What is Ruffy's... I mean, Capri-Sun, sorry. Can't tell them apart sometimes. Through Max and Beckett's, it's looking like a very decent lap. Let's have a look. 2/10 below his time. Or under his time. Where is he gonna go? It's looking like a very decent lap. Whoa, he steers in very early. And that's an invalidation through a corner where you wouldn't expect it, to be honest. Interesting invalidation there for the Red Bull driver. Clutch Reels invalidated. Tweaky. My Tweaky is on a lap, I feel like. Alt is also on a lap. I had a stinky first lap. Yeah, Richie, a 29.1 isn't great, to be honest. Tweaky Scorpion has a bit to prove for McLaren here. He is quite a bit behind his teammate Kieran May in the standings. What is Tweaky going to do here? He is a lot of time. He's gaining a lot of time. Sorry for my horrific English. It was good words. Through the long right-hander, he goes a bit wide. What can he do through the final few corners? Tweaky does look like he took that quite decently. Where's he going to go? Through the final corner. Tweaky up towards the line for McLaren. Is into the top 10. And that's a P9. And Alta improved, I think. But in the improved position. As now we are starting to see drivers getting out to start doing their laps. There was a Williams in the grass. He was just chilling. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted. Alright. Whoa. That's an interesting line there by Tweaky. Yeah, but we are going to be watching along with his teammate Kieran May, who is leading the championship and will definitely want to be looking to extend that championship gap. He will be the first to set his lap. Actually, a Williams just entered. Oh, that's Alta. He already set his lap. Let's watch along with the McLaren driver as he enters the straight and turn 1. Kieran May is in need of a pole position here. He definitely wants that win today. He definitely wants to extend his championship lead. Ooh, that is an interesting place to cut off your lap. I don't think he's going to be able to do another one. I don't think he has the time. So that's Kieran May's lap over. We're watching along with Max, who is not improving, but Sector 1 is difficult to improve usually. The time is normally to gain in Sector 2. Tiger and Max through Cops. Where is he gonna go with his lap? It's looking quite decent for the moment. There we see Kieran cutting the corners, trying to get a chance at even doing another lap. It would be quite interesting to see if Kieran makes it or not. But that's not of importance right now. Right now we are focusing on Max, who's currently P8 and is looking to get himself into the top 5. Very clean through there. Max is looking like he has some decent pace. Where is he gonna go? Through the final corner. Very early upshift. Ooh, bit of a moment, but he does manage to reach the top 5. And now Mad Max. Whoa. 2.5 tenths under his time. This is a tier 1 lap right here. Mad Max goes pole position with a 26.2. And hats off to this man, because he would have probably qualified in the top 10 in tier 1. As now we are watching along with Chris Games, P9. Ferrari, that was Ralph, my fault. I went to Damon. Richie up next, P14. Clutch up next, P16. Holy shit, the laps are coming along like crazy speed. Xavi up at the P8. Boca Park, 3 tenths under his time. Where is he gonna go? It's still P13. He lost a lot in the final sector. As now we see Sherko. Where is he gonna go? Not an improvement. Caprizon goes P2. Exactly what the Red Bull driver needed. Very well done there by the Red Bull driver. Kieran actually managed to get a lap in. Damon doesn't improve. Now we are watching along with Jens, who has a big snap there as he hit the sausage curb too hard. He was gaining 3 tenths, but I wonder if that's still the case. No, only 500. He does improve a position though. The only man that could maybe do something. He's not improving for the moment. Is he going to be able to set a better lap? He is not. On those older, or relatively old tires, Max is also done, and that's qualifying done for you. An absolute dominant performance by Mad Max, who gets pole by 4.5 tenths. And yeah, that is definitely not bad at all. Mad Max celebrating his pole position in the F2 chat. He is absolutely gassed with that. And to be honest, it's quite insane the pace he has as a tier 2 driver. Of course, he does... what's it called? He did post a TikTok already of having a good time trial on Silverstone. So I would assume that this is one of his better tracks. Richie complaining how he hates Silverstone. To be fair, I expected me to do bad at Silverstone as well, but it went quite well until I got taken out. So, in P1 we have Mad Max, dominant qualifying. Caprizon in P2. Very decent lap by him. Sherko in P3, Kieran May in P4, and Damon in P5. Disappointing for Ruffies. Knowing the pace he can have, he will definitely have to bounce back in the race. Let's see what's going to happen then. Yeah, here we are then on the beautiful Silverstone track and the beautiful Silverstone pit wall as well, where the drivers are probably mentally preparing for a chaotic race, knowing what can happen in JSR Tier 2 and knowing what can happen in JSR of lap 1. What do you mean you won? I did not win. I got taken out. Hate Silverstone 2 with a passion. Yeah, I can imagine. Anyway, 5 red lights with the Red Bull trying to challenge Mad Max. Is he gonna be able to? Yes, he is. Capri-Sun starting on the softs. Is it gonna be the better strategy though? That's the question. Through turn 2 then, actually no contact anywhere, and that's surprising. The Red Bull does have a bit of a moment, and there we see him losing quite some positions. Kieran May is up into P2. He had also started on softs, and to be honest, 2 soft runners in P1 and P2, that could be kind of dangerous compared to mediums. Let's see if Mad Max has the pace to stay with them. As we do see Ruffy's having lost a position. He doesn't have great pace here at Silverstone, and he might just lose another one to Max. No, not quite. As we see Pokepark, who had struggles in the beginning of the season, is now finding himself in last. Might have had a moment as we see Alta having to cut the corner. He makes contact. This is interesting here. Will Tweaky Scorpion be able to profit from that? Yes, he will. He started on hards. I mean, try whatever you want, but Silverstone is just not the track to do it. Hards do not work here whatsoever. Let me keep repeating that for you guys. It just doesn't. Oh, we see Mats having spun. And that is very unfortunate for the V-Cup driver. V-Cup's race goes from bad to worse. Looking how they're doing in Tier 1, they definitely have to step up in Tier 2. As now, we still see the soft runners in P1 and P2. Can Kieran May try and challenge for the lead here? He has the DRS. He's going to dive towards the inside. Nothing Capri-Sun can do. And we have a new leader in the race. As we now see Richie going for a move on Ralph. And he gets it done. Up into the top 10 he goes. Fighting for points is now Richie. Let's hope he doesn't get a penalty. Maybe you should just focus on that for once. Screw pace. Focus on not getting a penalty, Richie. I mean, I'm not one to talk. Let me be real. I get penalties often enough. But comparing it to Richie? Yeah, questionable. Anyway, Damon up into P4, but very close to losing the DRS already. He does manage to stay within the DRS zone, and I'm pretty sure he made the move on Sherko, so fair play to the Ferrari driver. As now Capri-Sun and Kieran May are going side by side, and Kieran around the outside keeps the position. Red Bull versus McLaren, we absolutely love to see it. Ooh, Ruffys has another moment. He is not looking very pacey as he is normally. Damon sets the fastest lap. He has some decent pace here. As we see yellows, and that is a Williams, an Altus race. Well, wait, no, sorry. That was Chris Games, who has lost some position. As now Damon gets past Mad Max on the softs. He's making it work, but Mad Max close in the slipstream. Is he going to be able to make a move? No, he is not. Stays behind. Knows the softs will be faster for now. And of course, he needs someone to do the medium strat with. And for now, that is Sherko. As Jens is also on softs. But Roughies could be, you know, a wild card here. Roughies, who has won every single race he's participated in this season. Yeah. It's not looking good for him today. But we all know his pace. So, again, he could still be a wild card. As we now see Caprison diving towards the inside. And they are just DRS swapping at this point. As Mad Max is actually... Whoa, Sherko and Mad Max have gotten past Damon. Quite surprising, knowing the softs, well, should be better yet. Alt and Pokepark having a bit of a battle here. Is Pokepark gonna send it? Yes, he is! He gets touched. And once again, I'll repeat it once, I'll repeat it twice. His race from bad to worse. As we see a top 9 battle for the lead, pretty much. Absolutely lovely racing here today in Tier 2. Richie has lost the DRS, but he also hasn't gotten a single penalty yet. And, you know, he should be proud of that. He should be. So you now see Ruffy's getting overtaken by Max, but Ruffy's at the inside line, which is the optimal one, and he keeps the position. When will those mediums start working for the Red Bull driver? He's not had the best of weekends today. He's definitely looking to improve. So now Kieran had a bit of a snap. Oh, never mind. It's just his Wi-Fi. We all know Kieran May's internet problems usually. Can Mad Max maybe make a move for P2? He does decide to stay behind. Kieran does go a bit defensive. I thought he just missed his braking point. But again, it's his car lagging the fuck. And now yeah, I mean, Mad Max, not surprisingly, is a bit confused by that. And now Sherko is going up the inside. They make contact. Sherko is in the wall. And to be honest, that was completely his own fault. But that is his race pretty much over. Front wing damage. You've just passed the pit lane. What can you do? Nothing much, that's for sure. Sherko's race over. Now Alta had a bit of a moment with him, I suppose. It should be an easy overtake. Sherko is not giving it to him with ease, though. He's giving him a run for his money, even on this broken front wing. But Alta does get it done with the DRS. And I think Sherko just has to give it up here. He will have to pit for hards. And, well, your race is over on hards anyway. On Silverstone. Just look at Tweaky Scorpion. It's, yeah, not looking good for the McLaren driver, as we have a spinner, and that's Jens. Richie up into P8 without a penalty. Could this be some decent points for Richie? We will have to find out. Xavi finds himself in the top 7. He's driving a very decent race. Ruffy's, because of the chaos, has found himself in P5. And he might just make that P4 right here. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he is not. He decides to, you know, play it smart. Mad Max, in the meantime, in P1. And on those mediums, maybe, just maybe, he might break the DRS towards Caprison. As now, Damon is very close to Kieran. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he is not. In the Netherlands, we have a saying, eieren voor je geld kiezen. And that's exactly what Damon does here. Don't go for unnecessary moves, is pretty much what it means. He does tuck into the slipstream of Kieran May, though. He's going to have to choose the outside line. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Kieran defends it well. Ooh, Damon does push him a bit. And that gives Ruffy's is that damage. They did have a bit of contact. It doesn't look like he has damage. Ruffy's up into P4. And like I said, even though it might look like he doesn't have the pace, he will find it at some point in the race anyway. This man is a demon. Kieran Wi-Fi, exactly, yeah. It's you can just see him teleporting all over the place. Ruffy's is gonna have to try and pretty much clear this obstacle, you could call it. Kieran doesn't want to give it up though. And he does manage to stay ahead. Not a place you really can dive bomb here. Capri-Sun on those softs is starting to struggle. You can see the oversteer he's having. He's driving a strong race though, the Red Bull driver. You can say that again. As now we see Damon! That's a spinner! And yeah, it's just unlucky. Damon rarely gets lucky in this league, that's for sure. Whoa! What the hell happened there? Mods Racer and Damon are having a ghosted fight. Interesting to see. But it is Damon's, so fair enough. So now, because of that, Max and Javi are doing very well today. Javi, surprisingly in P6, after, you know, what I can remember, he's been battling in the middle mode the past few races that I commentate. But today he is looking to get a decent P6. Hats off to him. He is driving a very solid race. And no penalties yet, which is nice. Very clean race today. Ruffy's, I feel like he might be trying to save some ERS. I'm not quite sure. Did Kieran get a track limit warning there? I'm not sure either. As we see a yellow flag, and let me guess, it was Poker Park. Yes, it was. Whoa! Is that Richie? Yes, it is Richie! Poor Richie. The man who was sitting in P8 for a while is now sitting in P12. Did he get shoved off? Did he have a moment? We won't know until after the race when he might report an incident or not. Javi goes a bit wide. This might be the trigger of losing DRS. First penalty of the day, Tweaky Scorpion. Those hards not working as he has also spun out. Ruffy's up into P3 though. Oh, actually, no, he is still in hards. Javi still finding himself in the DRS, but he is definitely struggling. The top 5 might pull the trigger here. We will see if he can manage to stay in the DRS. If not, he will definitely be a sitting duck for the cars behind him, especially if there's on mediums. But no, they are not. They are on soft, so it won't be that bad. The damage will be limited. 8 tenths the gap right now, so he's managing. 9 tenths is gonna be very close. Can Javi keep it in the DRS? I think he might just have found that time. Was that DRS? We will find out right here. If it wasn't, his race is limited to P6 or below. It did not happen. No DRS for Javi. And this is very bad for the Kick Sauber driver. This is not looking good for Javi Peelen. Peelen? Palin. Peelen doesn't sound quite right in English. Ruffy's now, even though he qualified P7 and was even sitting in P8 for a while, has found himself in P3. The medium strategy really working out. And if he is playing this correctly, and team orders might just come in play, he could be challenging Mad Max for, well, guess what? Another win. You just love to see it. A driver like Ruffy's, he's, you know, talented. There is definitely some potential in this man for a decent tier 1 career. We'd love to see it. We absolutely would. Very solid driver as Mad Max goes a bit wide. Is that Capri-Sun's moment to make the final sparks of the softs work? Definitely won't be. Maybe on the next straight. But we know the softs don't last too long. 9 laps. It should be dying off a bit now. As Max is almost losing the DRS towards Ruffy's. Is Ruffy's gonna absolutely burn his ERS? No, he is not. Yes, he is. Will this be a double overtake for Ruffy's? Ooh, Capri-Sun also dives towards the inside. Will this be a Red Bull double overtake? No, Mad Max sticks it around the outside, and that's a very decent defensive move by the Williams, who is absolutely defending for his life up against 2 hungry Red Bulls. And they smell blood. They want this one too, that's for sure. Capri-Sun with a move on Mad Max, kind of costing Ruffy's his potential double overtake. Only his quali could be better, but his race pace is very good. Yes, it sure is. I mean, today only was an exception. I feel like his quali pace is usually quite decent, Ruffy's. So now Kieran, I feel like he's struggling on these softs. He qualified P3, but he's now sitting in P5 and struggling to stay in the DRS. It's almost a second. Is he going to be able to stick it in the DRS of Max? Or is this going to be the same case as Xavi, as now Capri-Sun? Is he letting his teammate by? No, he's not. The Red Bulls are going side by side. Which one will come out on top? It is Ruffy's on the mediums. And that's exactly what he needed. Because we might just see a new race leader if he can overtake Mad Max on the straight. Mad Max saving ERS. Max gets a penalty. That doesn't help. Ruffy's around the outside, and there he goes. Ruffy's once again a race leader in JSR Tier 2. What can this man not do? Absolute insanity. Insanity. P8, sorry, to P1 in just 10 laps. And it might not end here. Though Mad Max has been controlling the race for quite a while, we definitely can't count the Williams out. Neither can we count Capri-Sun out, who's pretty much the only one in the top 3 on the alternate strat. Max has a penalty and Kieran is struggling to stay with the top 3. It's gonna be between the 2 Red Bulls and the Williams for who gets the win, as we see yellows. Who is that? I have no idea. Can Mad Max re-overtake Ruffy's? As we now see more and more people pitting. They are definitely doing a decent undercut. And I thought I just saw hards. Talking about tires. Do we see P? Yes, Damon is on hards. And that has ruined any chances of getting back into the top 5. Same for Sherko. I mean, the mediums are pretty much hards in this race. You really need to remember that, guys. As we can see, the position changes. The big winner, Clutch Reels, P8. 8 positions gained. I didn't even realize. Richie back into P9, by the way. And surprisingly, he's not the first driver with a penalty. The man still hasn't got a penalty. Will Richie finally break the curse? Or have I just given him another curse? The commentator's curse. We will find out in just a bit. As we now... What the hell happened there? Oh no, it's Kieran and Max. No, Kieran's Xavi pitting. Kieran going for an undercut. He thinks that he could possibly get the lead here. Capri-Sun deciding, you know, I can stay with these guys. Same for Max, by the way. I can stay with these guys. I'll just, you know, extend my soft stint. He does have a bit of a moment. He definitely won't want to be losing the DRS. As now Ruffy's is getting close to Mad Max. Down the inside. He doesn't fully commit. I think he's just trying to scare Mad Max a bit. Trying to force a mistake. As wow. Look how spreaded these drivers are. Looks like they're all very close, but none of them have DRS off each other. This looks weird, but it is happening. And Kieran has free space to work with. Absolutely lovely. As never mind, I thought Ralph was in the DRS of Max. I was imagining things because he's 11 seconds behind the top 4. And with that you can see what type of level the top 4, well 5 including Kieran May is. As now Ruffy's enters the race lead. Another swap between these drivers. Will Ruffy's pit? Yes, he will. Ruffy's and Max pitting. Ruffy's has... Oh! Well, I mean, penalties are removable in this league, pretty much. As pit assist is on, for whatever reason. I still don't know why. And he has retired. I don't think he knows you can get rid of a 10-second penalty. yeah, that's just an easy P4 thrown away there. But yeah, Caprizon is gonna have to do it on his own. Or is he? Because look who is coming around the first corner. It is Kieran May. And he might just... Yes, he will get ahead of Ruffy's. He does go a bit wide though. Ruffy's re-overtakes. This is interesting to see. Weird battle. And it's definitely costing them some time. If they want to get ahead of the top two. Because of course that's what the plan is when you're doing a softer tire from the start. You want to undercut the leaders and possibly get as big a gap as possible. But these drivers, Ruffy's and Mad Max, in my opinion, the people with the best pace in the race, are doing the overcut strategy, mediums to softs. And usually that is the better strategy. And let's see if they can make it work. Clutch Wheels, surprisingly, is finding himself in the podium positions. Of course, he still has to pit. So, yeah, that doesn't really matter. So we now see Caprizon leading these two drivers. Jens gets a penalty. Is that his second one? I believe it is. No, I've been mistaken. That's only 3 seconds. So he is still chilling. Tweaky Scorpion driving a very lonely race. You kind of feel bad for the man. Starting on hards just doesn't work. You can't start on hards. You can't go on hards in general on Silverstone. It just doesn't work. And yeah, if there's a very early safety car or whatever and you started on mediums, you pretty much have to. And that's just unlucky. But it is what it is. And Tweaky Scorpion is trying to make it work. But he's sitting in last of the drivers that are still alive by 11.5 seconds. And the penalty. So now we see a yellow flag. Poker Park. He is helping Tweaky Scorpion a bit here as he has another moment. Cap drops down to approximately 5 seconds, I believe. Yes, it does. Poker Park helps Tweaky here. Oh, look at that! Damon has retired in a place you wouldn't expect it. Let's see what happened. He retired on track? I don't know. Oh! Mad Max gets a 10-second penalty, but yeah, of course it's removable. That's why you always need pit assist on in JSR. I forgot that rule as well, which gave me a 20-second penalty somehow, but I DNF, so it didn't matter. But penalties are removable, so Mad Max should be fine. It's just you can really abuse the fact that pit assist is on. I still don't know why. Will the overcut work, or will the drivers doing the undercut? Ooh, it's gonna be close. And this is not ideal for Caprizon and Kieran May, as the soft runners literally come out with them. Ruffy's, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna have to say it. He's on for the win here. Or can Kieran May possibly help Caprizon by overtaking Ruffy's? He is definitely going to try down the inside. But, of course, the softs with better grip. And this might be Ruffy's time to try and move away from Mad Max. Although he does overtake Kieran May. So Mad Max is definitely not done yet. He wants to go for the win as much as Ruffy's does. And Mad Max, of course, his quality pace was absolutely insane. He does... Oh, no, wait. Never mind. I thought he had a 3-second penalty for a second. Of course, that's a 10-second penalty. So, you know, he's fine. And I can't believe my eyes. Let's have a look quickly at... warning, warning, warning. So either 2 warnings of track limits and 1 warning of contact, or 2 warnings of contact and 1 warning of track limits. I just hope he doesn't get a penalty, because you know, it would be nice to see Richie without a penalty. Although his title would pretty much go away from him, Mr. Penalty. So we now still see an absolute crazy battle for the lead here. Ruffy's and Mad Max find themselves back in P1 and P2. They have made the overcut work, and their tires are only gonna be better than the mediums for... I mean, they're gonna be better for quite a while, actually. Ruffy's definitely not making the overtake by Mad Max easy on him. And the top 4 absolutely in a league of their own. They're 5 seconds clear of P5. And that gap is only going to grow and grow and grow. So, fair play to them. Here we have 4 drivers definitely with potential of tier 1 pace. Bro, I am Tiger Champ Max. Oh, okay, Yelmer. That's fine. Yeah, you were unlucky, bro. You can get rid of 10-second penalties, man. I don't know why you retired. Could be that you didn't know, but yeah. I'm stupid. 10-second thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. But yeah, unlucky. So we now see Richie getting close to the back of Ralph. We've seen them battle earlier in the race. Can Richie get a move for P8? Although he is looking to already get that position because of the penalty of Ralph. And that's surprising to say. Richie will get a position because of a driver's penalty. That's not him. Like, that's actually surprising to say. Ralph is going to try and hang it around the outside. This is the battles we love to see. Richie around the outside. Ralph still on the inside. They are still side by side through the final corner. Ralph gets pushed a bit wide. But that's very hard and fair racing. We love to see it. That is the battles you love. You forgot. Damn, Yalmer, bro. That's very unfortunate. Richie up into P8. Wow. I feel like I'm dreaming. I really do. Capricorn and Kieran are able to stay with the soft runners. But how long will that continue? Of course, the mediums are slower in achieving tire degradation. And I think Richie and Ralph are going side by side again. Yes, of course they are. These drivers cannot stop finding each other on the track. Anyway, what I was saying, the mediums will get better near the end of the race, but for now, they're gonna have to make do as the softs are just dominant. But Ralph, who decided to actually go for the hards, and it's kind of working out for him. But he gets another penalty, and that is his chances at a possible top 10 gone. As clutch reels. Actually, no, he wouldn't get a top 10, never mind. Probably not. Mad Max sets the fastest lap. And like I said, I was gonna count Ruffy's for the win, but Mad Max says no. Oh, no! He's done it again! He's done it again! Well, at least he keeps his title of penalty merchant, or Mr. Penalty, or penalty achiever, or I love getting penalties, or whatever. Yeah, 3-second penalty for Richie. That's unfortunate. Would have been weird to see Richie finishing a race without a penalty. As now, Capri-Sun is almost on the edge of losing DRS towards the top 2. Capri-Sun, can he keep it in there? It's very close, it's very close. It's just about gonna be enough. But he has burnt through most of his ERS. And Ruffy and Mad Max, pretty sure they still have some left in the tank. Can Capri-Sun stay with the soft runners? If he can't, it's pretty much a guaranteed. Ruffy's and Mad Max battle for the win. It's over a second. Capri-Sun is done for. We are going to see Ruffy's fighting for yet another win. Or will Mad Max prevent him from continuing his consecutive win streak? Ruffy's on another level, but Mad Max has pace to show. Can Capri-Sun get back into the DRS? No, he won't. 1.2 seconds. And now it's definitely going to be over. Mad Max closing in on Ruffy's. He takes the inside line and he takes the position. Will Ruffy's help his teammate get back into the DRS here, or will team orders not be in play? Probably the second answer, because it doesn't seem like Ruffy's is slowing down. He is looking to go on the attack. He is so close up on the gearbox of Mad Max. He is guaranteed to get the position in the straight. There he goes. He's going to take the outside line. Will Mad Max hang it in there? He won't. He stays behind. And they are just opening up the gap towards P3 and P4. Nothing Capri-Sun or Kirame can do. It's just going to be a battle for P3 between them. But the battle for P1 is the most interesting thing on track, as we see Alta hitting the wall, and there goes his front wing. Interesting place to do that. It doesn't seem like he's been fighting anyone, but yeah, he's getting close to being lapped by his teammate, and that must hurt. But it hasn't happened yet. He's just you know, enjoying a bit of grass. He's hungry, I can tell. We now see Mad Max getting close to Ruffy's. Is he gonna make the move? He stays behind. It looked like he gave him a bit of a love tap, but maybe it was just, he didn't actually hit him. I didn't spin, Ruffy's gave me no space, and this is my last race for JSR. Damn, Damon, bro, that's unfortunate. Ruffy's might just get a penalty, and that could secure Mad Max's win then. Of course, we will have to see Ruffy's POV. But Damon here has the power to end Ruffy's win streak for good, or in general, like even without a battle on track, as that battle on track is continuing with Mad Max entering the lead. Of course, this will happen the entire time. Those two are just going to be DRS swapping until the end of the race. Another two drivers who are DRS swapping, the Kicksauer and Red Visa Cash App RB of Mats and Xavi. Xavi, who's having a very decent race, he does have a penalty. He keeps it around the outside. This is a very good battle. Mats braking late. He can't quite get the position. As Ralph now, well, we wanted a battle. We see yet another one. Ralph does get pushed onto the curb a bit. Let's have a look then at the penalties. We see only one driver with 6 seconds, which is Ralph. Some drivers with 3 seconds and only one driver with 10. Although, of course, that's removable. So for now, the battle for P1 is still absolutely heated. And that is actually Alta getting lapped by his teammate and the Red Bull Ruffies, who is again very close to the gearbox of Mad Max. Ruffies is looking like he has some amazing pace. It's going to be an absolutely crazy last lap battle for the win. As they DRS flip once again, will Capri-Sun get past Kieran? No, he won't. Is he planning on a certain overtaking the last lap? We will have to find out, as Mats, Razor and Xavi are having a battle. And Xavi down the inside, DRS swaps with Mats, and yeah. That's just how it goes everywhere on the grid pretty much. As now Alta has spun it again. And surprisingly, it's a virtual safety car. If that was an actual safety car, that would have actually... Oh, wait. It's Mats Racer. Oh, he just caused a safety car on purpose. Well... Yeah, there's some people like that here. It's stupid. You saw him standing still on track, and the moment the safety car came out, he just sped up again. So that will definitely be a possible disqualification for Mats Racer. But yeah, this definitely shakes things up. And, you know, we were seeing a last lap battle, or a potential last lap battle between Ruffies and Mad Max. But that's now going to be... a four-way battle between Ruffies, Mad Max, Kirame and Capri-Sun. As I will be back to make a drink real quick, because my throat is burning. Alright, I am back. As we now see, the leaders, of course, unsurprisingly, pitting for new tires. And they're all going to be on softs, and this is going to be a diabolical last few laps. This could go anyone's way. Somehow Mats has gotten ahead of Xavi. Did he do the... Oh well, he has to... No, he doesn't have the double stack. Never mind. He probably did the pit assisting. As Capri-Sun is behind them. Somehow. I can't imagine how that happened. Oh, double stack. Of course. Yeah, that also happens. Mudracer gaining 2 positions off of causing a purpose safety car. Yeah, it's just... yeah, you don't like seeing stuff like that happen. Absolutely hate it. But it did happen, and Mad Max Mudracer, excuse me, will get penalized for that. Possibly disqualified. Yeah. We will have to see with the stewards. And it's not even Mad Max for the win right now. Well, he's still going for the win. But he's not in P2 or P1. It's actually Kieran May. And we're back to what we were seeing on lap 1 between Capri-Sun and Kieran May. McLaren versus Red Bull. As Alti gets a 3-second penalty on the safety cars. Yeah. Happens as well. Talking about Alti, where is he? Did he unlap himself? Yeah, he did. That was fast. Relatively. Wait, what? Did he cut 9 seconds? No idea, but yeah, he's somehow already back. I think he had to pit after Mad Max and replace his front wing. I have no idea how he's done this. Actually, no, he's ahead of the Aston and Kick, but he's... Ah, he is still lapped. He hasn't unlapped himself. And he will try to unlap himself. But he can't. The game won't allow him to. He is currently sitting in P10 pretty much. But what I do know, this is going to be an absolutely crazy last few laps. They're gonna have 2 laps of racing. Only 1 lap of DRS, which could decide things. Will Kieran May be able to keep that P2 onto the final lap and actually go for the win? Will Mad Max be able to do something? Or will Ruffies be victorious and continue his consecutive win streak? All those answers will be questioned. No. All those questions will be answered after the safety car comes in, which is most likely going to be this lap. And this is going to be absolutely exciting. There is some discussions going on. Mott's claiming he spun, but he was just standing still. He was standing still on the racetrack, and the moment the safety car came out, he started driving again. So I don't think that's entirely true, but what he said there. But yeah, you know, we're gonna have to see his POV for that. As now, Ruffies will be leading the way. Where will he decide to go? And will he be able to maybe pull a gap towards Kieran May? It's going to be also important that he either gets a big enough gap to drive away, or a close enough gap to play some DRS games, because if anything else, like a 5/10 gap, it's going to be a very tough one for Ruffies. He does pull the trigger, and he does kind of get a small gap, but Kieran May is able to follow closely. Same for Mad Max, as now, what the hell? How does this happen? Alt and Richie make contact before the lap even starts, and I'm seeing things that I've never seen before. This is absolutely diabolical. 4 people's race is ruined. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, Ruffies 7/10 clear. Ruffies might be pulling the trigger here. Kieran May is gonna have to fend off Mad Max. He does burn his ERS. Mad Max trying to go around the outside, nothing doing. This is absolutely crazy. Can Kieran May get close enough to Ruffies to maybe go for a move on the last lap? Ruffies will be saving ERS. Kieran will be saving ERS, although he does have to burn a bit to stay away from Mad Max. As the top 6 have already pulled a bit of a gap towards P7 and lower. Xavi gets another penalty. Not that that matters much. 5/10 now between the McLaren and the Red Bull. But the Williams will be trying to overtake the McLaren as well. The McLaren just goes aside, gives Mad Max a chance at winning this race. Will it be Ruffies or will it be Mad Max? We're gonna find out in this final lap of the race. This is so exciting. Ruffies in the lead with an 8/10 gap. It's gonna be difficult to close that gap. It's already up to 9/10. Ruffies under pressure, unfazed. Can he get out of the DRS? Not quite. All he needs is the gap to stay as big as possible. Mad Max has a bit of a moment. Here comes Mutz. And that might be the decider. Ruffies will most likely win this race yet again. Capri-Sun now trying his best to get a very decent position here as well. We know Mutz will get penalized, but can he either overtake Mutz or Kieran for the podium? Mutz finding himself on the podium positions for now, which is surprising. He's very... Whoa! Kieran goes through. Mad Max, what the hell? I am... Oh! Yup, Mad Max. Race over. And he knows Mutz cause... was it? I don't know whose fault it was. Kieran and Capri-Sun. Will it be a Red Bull 1-2? Kieran is taking the inside, but Capri-Sun around the outside for the Red Bull 1-2. But... the main man, the man on consecutive wins. When can this man be stopped? We won't ever know because he can't be stopped. Ruffies wins again. Capri-Sun to make it a 1-2 and Kieran the final podium sitter. Wow, what a final few laps. Mutz finishes in P4. Won't be for the stewards reports most likely. Sherko with an amazing comeback to P5. Jens P6, Clutch P7, Xavi P8, Chris P9, and the final point sitter Ralph in P10. And Mad Max, absolutely devastating. Absolutely devastating. And he knows. Mad Max, you know, not so surprisingly, is angry. And, yeah. He now crosses the finishing line, and that's it. Up towards the highest step of the podium, Ruffies once again wins in JSR Tier 2. It's absolutely insane. Red Bull 1-2, and they are just dominating Tier 2 at the moment. Capri-Sun, of course, a bit of luck, But luck is part of the sport. Kira May rounds off the podium, and wow, I didn't expect this. Roughies from P7 to P1. The man is too good. The man is way too good. As we are here with the final results, Roughies wins, Capri-Sun takes P2 for a Red Bull 1-2 with the fastest lap, which is very good for the Dutch driver. Kira May finishes P3, Mats P4, Sherko P5, Jens P6, Clutch P7, Javi P8, Chris P9, Ralph P10, Richie P11, Tweaky Scorpion P12, Pokepark P13, Mad Max with an unfortunate P14, Alta P15, Damon and Max, the DNFs, in P16 and 17. I want to thank you all for watching. This one of the most fun races I've watched. And